It's well known that the Jets and Giants represent New York but play in New Jersey, and they share a stadium. In fact, they were sued $6 billion for it, but there are many reasons behind why these two teams are where they are today. And before I answer all of your burning questions about this ridiculous situation, I do have to put a disclaimer on three things. I was born and raised in New York, born and raised a die-hard Jets fan, and I've been to over 75 Jets games both at Metlife and then Giants Stadium. I mean, the Jets are what my life and my family's life revolve around. So I give you my professional opinion moving forward, but I do speak from personal experience as a kid, teenager, and now an adult. You'll know when my personal notes come out, and I'm sure many Jets and Giants fans will understand and relate to them. So leave a comment down below on which team you represent, whether it's the Jets, Giants, or any team in the NFL. This video is sponsored by Jet Up Apparel, but more on that later. First, let's get into where this all started. The Giants were founded in 1925 and are the longest established team in the Northeast. They rank 6th in the NFL with 4 Super Bowls in their nearly 100-year history. Originally, the Giants played their home games at the Polo Grounds in Upper Manhattan. They shared the stadium for nearly 30 years with the New York Baseball Giants until they moved to Yankee Stadium in 1956. So while the Giants played their games at Yankee Stadium, a new football team moved into the Polo Grounds, the New York Titans. Founded in 1959, the Titans were allegedly named that because Harry Wismer, their owner, believed that Titans are bigger and stronger than Giants. And, well, we saw how that played out. On the brink of bankruptcy just 3 years later, a group led by Sonny Wilbin purchased the Titans for $1 million, renaming them the New York Jets. But so how the hell did these two teams now share a stadium in a whole other state that they don't even claim? In 1971, the Giants made a decision that would curse the lives of so many fans, especially those living in Long Island, forever. The team announced that it was moving to New Jersey. Giants ownership told papers that it was time to give the Giants their first real home. The Giants then became nomads as the $78 million sports complex was built in New Jersey. During that process, the Giants moved to Shea Stadium, marking the first time that the Jets and Giants shared a stadium together. In 1975, Shea Stadium was home to the Giants, Jets, Mets, and Yankees, which is just absolutely insane, awesome to be completely honest, but it could never happen today. 1 year later, the New York Giants had Giants Stadium in New Jersey. So how did the Jets get to Jersey? Well, Leon Hess, who was the owner at the time, was a New Jersey native and was absolutely sick of Shea's parking and small seating capacity, which I'm sure many people, if you had been to Shea Stadium, would understand. Well, the Giants made space for the Jets in their home as the Jets moved to New Jersey, and thus beginning the now 40-year history of the two sharing a stadium. And why in those 40 years have neither team come back? Well, they have tried, especially the Jets, and I'm sure it's gonna come. But before we dive into that, I'm so excited to share today's sponsor, my brother's company, Jet Up Apparel. As I mentioned, my family and I are die-hard Jets fans. While I make videos here, my brother Nicholas has started Jet Up Apparel, a one-stop shop for all of Jets Nation. You can follow him on Just Jet Up on Instagram, where he shares his original designs that become your next shirt, poster, or tattoo if you're feeling green. Home to the third down towel and so much more merchandise that will add to your fan and game day experience. You can find his Etsy shop at the first link in the description, along with his socials. It would mean a ton if you checked it out. It would also mean a ton if the Jets would move back to New York. There is no franchise in all of pro sports like the New York Jets. They are the only team to have never had their own stadium. They tried somewhat recently. I mean, in 2003, there was Westside Stadium, a proposed stadium for the Jets to have their own while the Giants stayed in New Jersey in Giants Stadium. Which, side note, to my knowledge, the Giants are happy in Jersey. They've never tried to leave, and John Mara even says that it's been very lucrative for them. Westside Stadium was proposed to be a $1.2 billion retractable dome stadium on the west side of Manhattan, right by the Lincoln Tunnel. It was set to be an 80,000-seat stadium, home to the 2012 Summer Olympics, and Mayor Bloomberg was even set to build an expansion onto the 7-line train. I mean, just investing in the whole area as a whole. Great things, so you think, right? Well, in 2005, it was shot down. Many city residents opposed it, obviously because of the influx of traffic, danger, just overall craziness. And taxpayers and lawmakers were worried about the financial burden it would have put on people, which would have been likely over $2 billion in public funding. And of course, as always, there was significant political resistance, some of which came from New York Rangers and New York Knicks owner James Dolan. Relevant to us, of course, is James Dolan strictly because he owns two of the most valuable franchises in the world, along with the world's most famous arena in Madison Square Garden. Well, because he owns MSG, he was not interested in any competition in his city. While Woody Johnson put a $100 million bid for the property in Westside Manhattan, Dolan put $600 million, which was just outrageous and excessive. Ultimately, this killed the stadium and all of Jets fans' hopes and dreams of feeling like you're a fan of a real grown-up NFL team. So for now, neither the Jets nor Giants plan on leaving New Jersey or MetLife anytime soon, which is still a problem. If you thought this video was going to be providing solutions, well, I'm sorry. The construction of modern stadiums is often very complex and obviously extremely expensive. The current MetLife Stadium was built through both public and private funding, and New York and New Jersey governments both contributed to the cause, which would never happen if it was just a single state. The cost of real estate development and just available space in New York City just made it more practical for them to build a stadium in the New Jersey Meadowlands. It's just not gonna happen in the city. Maybe Westchester or somewhere on Long Island, but I don't know. Like I said at the start of this video, they have been sued for the fact that they play in New Jersey and claim New York. A $6 billion lawsuit was filed in a Manhattan federal court in January 2022 that demanded that both teams move back to New York by 2025. It stated that if they want to claim to be from New York, they have to be in New York. Now, this next part I wholeheartedly agree with and kind of understand as a Long Islander, in that it's very difficult to get to the stadium from New York. No matter how you get there, mass transit or driving, getting there sucks. But does it suck in $2 billion in monetary damages and $4 billion in punitive? I don't know. And he's claiming this as a result of them playing in MetLife, not the Jets' record or history recently. I mean, trust me, I get it. And I'm sure if you made it this far into the video, you get it too. You're probably a Jets or Giants fan. Which, thank you so much for sticking through this half informative, half soapbox of a video. At the end of the day, both of these teams are going to be playing in New Jersey and MetLife for the foreseeable future. And they will always go by the New York Jets and New York Giants, regardless of their location. As much as it's a concept that not many are happy about, it's one that I wanted to cover as we head into the NFL season with two teams that are set for greatness. Please let me know what kind of videos and content you want to see from me this NFL season and far, far beyond. Love to talk in the comments, socials, whatever it is. Either leave a comment down below or check out all my socials. Links are in the description to that, along with all the resources that I used to create this video. Again, thank you so much for watching. JETS, Jet up. Hope you guys have a great day. Thank you.